here at All Sun Farm with Terry Evans from Vinroe in Victoria, talking about walking tractors and the new implements which Terry is bringing in from Italy. Terry, we bought this tractor here from you a very long time ago, and you very kindly brought a spader in from Italy for us because we think spaders are the ants' pants when it comes to being gentle on the soil and preparing the soil well for our purposes. And we have taken an interest in walking tractors ever since. You and I have talked many times about the new things which are available, particularly the rotary plough and this incredible flail mower. How do you see things going from here?
We'll add another meaning to owning a walking tractor, Michael. Up till now, walking tractors are good cultivators. They're excellent cultivators, as we know, both with spaders and with rotary tillers. But the mowing side of things, which people want to do, and mowing for mulch reasons, but mowing also for clearance reasons, have been less than good quality out of Italy. Now Berta make a flail mower, and the flail mower is just like a tractor flail mower, a big tractor flail mower. We can go into standing crop and leave it as a mulch delivered evenly right across the bed, and then either to be left on top or to be turned into the soil. And as we've got it here on a XB40, which is our second largest machine, and the rotary plough from Berta is another new machine that will find a home also and make the walking tractor more valuable, because you can go into standing crop, and go into grass, into kikuyu, you can go into crop like you're headed today in corn, and it will actually root it out, chop it and throw it onto making a bed, and you can come down and make the bed the other way as well. So it's a new machine. You can use it as a drainer. I've used it as a drainer at my own house. It's a fantastic machine for making drains, but it just adds to the value of owning a walking tractor is what it adds to. It allows you to use it for another dimension.
It seems to me that these are the kind of machines which are going to make it possible for people to keep on farming, as in my case, into more mature years, and also we demonstrated here today just how these machines are drivable not only by big strong men but by smaller strong women. And that's got to be a great selling point, I think.
It is. We saw the movement 25 years ago for people moving onto small acreage, but generally they were people with a dream and no money at all. They were mostly driven there by horses. They had horses, and they weren't so pushed to grow their own food. But happenings in the world over the last 20 and 30 years, and education as to what we're eating or not eating, and what is in our food and isn't, has been a driving force for people, as you well know, that have, they say these days they had a tree change or a sea change, but they're actually moving away from the cities, finding land, and then they lack the education to know how to develop the land, but that's coming. There are people like yourselves and other areas, there are programs available now to educate people, and it's growing. There are in all parts of southeastern or eastern Australia, I'm finding people interested in investing into walking tractors, because up to 4 acres you just don't need. You don't need a four-wheel tractor. You don't need it. In fact, it's a waste. You're over-capitalised. You've got to buy all the implements, and it's this for for $15,000, $12,000, you can actually have one of everything.
Yeah.
One of everything.
Yeah, that's great.
In a garden like ours, which is half an acre to a couple of acres size, you'd use these techniques. A big tractor, you couldn't actually use it. You can't get it in. Whereas these little tractors, you can get into our 20-metre long beds. These gardens are too big to do it by hand completely. You need some help. And what I like about them is that they're manoeuvrable, they're appropriate sized implement for the size garden, which is going to grow a lot of food very intensively. You know, we do an awful lot of work for an awful little amount of diesel.
The Italians invented them to replace the horse up in their rows and their little vineyards. And in Australia over 50 years, 60 years, our answer always was to have more acres, to have more cows or more sheep or more land. And we went right away for a long time of actually getting the most out of the soil, out of the land we had. And now it's coming back again. We're finding people now are growing crops in their vineyards and crops in their orchards. They're using their land, trying to use it 12 months of the year, and they're learning to feed their land, feed their soil again. Well, we raped the soil for 50 years. We really did. We pummeled it. Big problem with big machines is compaction. We actually went out to do a job, but we created a problem in doing the job. And then we had bigger implements, bigger fuel bills. And I think the cost of diesels made them think.
Terry, thank you so much for coming today. Both Joyce and I have had a most interesting morning. We really appreciate it.
We've learned heaps.
But I think we really need a cup of coffee now. So if we go up to the house, I know Olivia's made a cake, and so let's go and get a cup of coffee and a cake.
Sounds just right.
Okay.
Thank you.